Unbelievable! 150 pounds house clearance find could be worth $30K. Dalí masterpiece discovered. Imagine stumbling upon a treasure trove of art in the unlikeliest of places, a house clearance sale in Cambridge, and discovering a rare gem that could be worth a small fortune. This is exactly what happened when an anonymous art dealer bought a painting by the renowned Spanish surrealist artist Salvador Dali for a mere 150 pounds, only to find out that it could fetch up to 30,000 pounds at an auction. But here's where it gets interesting. The painting, titled Vecchio Sultano, was previously sold at Sotheby's in the 1990s, fully attributed to Dalí, but somehow lost its attribution over time. This rare occurrence has sent shockwaves through the art world, with experts hailing it as a significant rediscovery for Dalí scholars. As Gabriel Downey, an associate at Auctioneer's Cheffins, notes, to handle a genuine rediscovery of a work by who is easily one of the most famous artists in the world, and the godfather of surrealism, is a real honor. The mixed media piece, which features a unique blend of watercolor paint and felt tip, is an illustration of a scene from the Arabian Nights, a series of 500 pieces that Dalí intended to create of Middle Eastern folktales, commissioned by wealthy Italian couple Giuseppe and Mara Alboreto. But what's fascinating is that Dalí only completed 100 of the intended 500 works with a pre-sale estimate of £20,000 to £30,000. The painting is set to go under the hammer at an auction in October, leaving many to wonder, is this a fair price for a rare Dalí piece, or is it a steal? As we delve into the world of art authentication and the complexities of attributing a piece to a famous artist, we can't help but ask, what do you think? Do you believe that the painting's value lies in its rarity? Or is it the story behind its discovery that makes it truly special? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The controversy surrounding art attribution and the role of experts in verifying the authenticity of the discovery of the Dalí painting in a Cambridge house clearance sale serves as a reminder that even in the most unexpected places, treasures can be found, and that the art world is full of surprises waiting to be uncovered. Painting bought at estate sale turns out to be a Salvador Dali valued at $25,000. A hidden treasure. A painting purchased at an estate sale revealed to be a Salvador Dali worth $25,000. Imagine stumbling upon a hidden gem at an estate sale, only to discover it's a masterpiece by the legendary Salvador Dali. This is exactly what happened to a savvy auction enthusiast who, with a keen eye for art, acquired an original Dalí painting for a mere 150 pounds, which is roughly $180. This price is astonishingly low, especially considering that the artwork is now being offered for resale at a staggering 200 times that amount by a Cambridge auction house. The artwork in question, titled Vecchio Sultano, or Old Sultan, was created by Dalí in 1966. This mixed media piece was part of an ambitious commission for 500 illustrations inspired by the classic tales of the Arabian Nights. As reported by The Guardian, the Italian couple Giuseppe and Mara Alboreto commissioned these illustrations from Dalí, with the intention of publishing them through Rizzoli, an Italian publishing house. However, the project was left unfinished, with Dalí completing only 100 of the illustrations before abandoning the endeavor. The Alboreto couple kept half of the completed works, while the remaining illustrations are believed to be lost to time. Gabriel Downey, a fine art expert at Cheffins in Cambridge, shared insights into Dalí's fascination with Moorish culture, noting that he often claimed to have Moorish ancestry. John Russell, an antiquities dealer who spoke with The Guardian, recounted his experience of discovering the painting at a live auction that was clearing out a London apartment. He explained that such auctions can be a treasure hunt, where bidders might find valuable items or, conversely, worthless junk. In this instance, Russell noted that the auction room was quiet, with only him and one other bidder present, who withdrew once the price reached £150. Russell admitted that he often purchases items based on personal preference, but in this case, he felt he was taking a risk. "I do enjoy unique art, but you really have to love it to display it," he remarked. Interestingly, this painting represents a significant departure from Dalí's typical style and themes. Despite being labeled as an original work, the auction atmosphere was subdued, with only Russell and the other bidder participating. However, Russell's extensive experience watching the British television show Fake or Fortune helped him develop a knack for identifying forgeries. Upon closer inspection, he found stickers on the back of the frame indicating that the painting had previously been sold at Sotheby's, which further convinced him of its authenticity. After the auction, Russell purchased the Sotheby's auction catalog that featured Vecchio Sultano and discovered that it had been authenticated as an original by a respected Dalí scholar during its previous sale. Now, this remarkable piece is set to be auctioned at Cheffing's Fine Art, with expectations that it will sell for between $25,000 and $37,000. Isn't it fascinating how art can be hidden in plain sight? What do you think about the value of art discovered in such unexpected places? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Share this rediscovered Dalí with others who appreciate art. It's my goal. Feel free to share. Salvador Dali painting, found at house clearance sale for £150, valued at $30,000. Imagine stumbling upon a painting at a house clearance sale, its price tag reading a mere £150. This wasn't just any artwork, but a piece that would later be valued at £20,000 to £30,000. It might not have screamed masterpiece by Salvador Dali to the untrained eye, but it certainly has a story worth telling. At first glance, the painting of an old sultan, created in 1966, could easily be dismissed as an oddity. It was a mixed media artwork, a combination of watercolor paint and felt tip, illustrating a scene from the Arabian Nights. It was one of 500 illustrations Dalí intended to create of Middle Eastern folklore, yet only a fraction of them were ever completed. Dalí's fascination with Moorish culture and his belief in his own Moorish lineage drove him to embark on this project, though he ultimately abandoned it after creating only 100 illustrations. But here's where it gets controversial. The painting was commissioned by Dalí's patrons, Giuseppe and Mara Alboreto, and was intended for publication by the Italian publishing house Rizzoli. However, Dalí's interest waned, leaving 50 illustrations with the Alboretos, who later passed them on to their daughter, Cristina, Dalí's goddaughter. These 50 illustrations were eventually published in 2014, stirring interest in the abandoned project and raising questions about the whereabouts of the unpublished pieces. And this is the part most people miss. John Russell, a 60-year-old Cambridge-based antiques dealer, was unaware of the painting's true value when he spotted Dalí's signature at a house clearance sale. He took a gamble, betting on his ability to spot a fake, a skill he honed from watching the BBC TV show Fake or Fortune. The painting, depicting a bejeweled sultan, didn't attract much attention at the auction, with only one other bidder dropping out when Russell offered £150. But here's the twist. Russell later tracked down the painting's provenance through eBay in the US, discovering it had been listed in a Sotheby's auction in the 1990s. He then had the painting authenticated by renowned Dalí expert Nicolas Descharnes, who confirmed its authenticity based on the style, subject, colors, and quality of the paper. Descharnes explained, "People expect to see very surrealist pieces by Dalí. This one is not surrealist, but it's a Dalí. This story raises thought-provoking questions about the value we place on art and the hidden treasures that could be lurking in the most unexpected places. What do you think? Have you ever stumbled upon a hidden gem? Share your thoughts in the comments below.